Hello. This is Dirty Trucking. This video is gonna be a tutorial for all fleet companies in the trucking industry or trucking companies that employ their own shop mechanics. You know, as a driver, one thing we used to hate with that orientation was orientation was okay till we had to get through all them damn safety videos, and some of y'all got a shitload of them. I went to one company that had 55 videos you had to actually watch, and that shit was crazy. But I've often wondered the process of when you hire a mechanic. What videos do they watch? What questions do you ask? There's some significant questions you should be asking when you hire a mechanic for your shop to work on your trucks. Because if you don't ask these questions, you may have a new truck, and then when you see it again, it's all fucked up. That's by not asking these important questions that I'm going to relay in this video. Main question number one: is you a certified mechanic? Is you certified? Do you got your credentials? Is you certified? Do you got your documents? Are you certified as a licensed mechanic to work on diesel trucks? Or are you winging it and doing that little bootleg, trying to be a mechanic, but you ain't? That's the main question you say. Is you a certified mechanic? Because if you ain't, that might be the problem why your truck's fucked up. Now, as a driver, like I said, we used to have to watch these videos, and this video, feel free, all trucking companies, feel free to play this video when you have that orientation class for your mechanics you hire. Just click on this video and play and push play, and I'll do the rest. Hello, mechanics. We're checking your credentials because I'm a driver and I'm concerned about my safety on these trucks that you are repairing, and if you are going to keep the truck DOT compliant. So I would like to know what kind of mechanic you are, so we can categorize you if you are or should not. Should you be hired or should you not? What kind of mechanic are you? Are you going to fix this equipment or pretend you fix it? Or are you one of those mechanics that just let the drivers write it up, and then when you see the driver the next morning, you smiling because you know you ain't fixed shit? Which mechanic are you? Are you a mechanic that walks around in an 8-hour day and you only fix one thing? What kind of mechanic are you? Are you a mechanic that if there's no supervision there, you ain't gonna do shit? Are you a mechanic that lies about repairs and you didn't fix shit? You know, drivers can tell if you fixed what they wrote up. If you said you put something new on here, we would be able to see it. If you rewired some lights, we'd be able to tell if the light's working right. But if the light is hanging out and we see wires is all muddied up, look like they've been on there since the length of the time of the truck, that's an indication that you didn't fix shit and possibly told a tale. Fleet companies that have these shops, these mechanics that you employ, do you know who you employ? Are you checking on your mechanics? Are you checking on the work they're doing? Or are you letting them tell you anything and trusting that they're doing their job? Big mistake in the trucking industry. That is a big no-no. Never trust that your mechanics are doing their job. Never assume that they're doing their job. Never let them go about doing their job without any supervision. Because I guarantee you, they're not fixing shit. Now, to determine that if you have a qualified mechanic, first of all, you need to know if he's certified. Now, if he's not certified, I wouldn't let that mechanic touch shit. Because you may have had a new fleet, and next time you see your trucks, it looks like you need to get another new fleet. That's from letting mechanics touch your trucks that shouldn't be. Now, I'm not going to put it all on the mechanic, because some drivers don't take care of the trucks they get in. You give these drivers new trucks and they go out there and just fuck them up. But this video is about mechanics and questions you need to be asking your mechanics. Even in orientation, you need to have orientation for your mechanics, and you need to play this video. If not, make your own video. If not, just stand up there and ask them these questions. How many years you're certified? Raise your hand. You're certified mechanic. How many years you got working on diesel trucks? And in those years of diesel mechanic, your history of a mechanic, being a mechanic working on trucks, how many of them have you fucked up? Be honest now. How many of you fucked up? How many of you lied about fixing? How many of you told the company you fixed you didn't fix? How many of them have you ordered parts for and didn't fix shit? The part somewhere and the truck is still going down the highway. See, I call that, when they don't repair something the driver write up, I call that forcing the driver to continue to drive a truck that needs to be repaired. That's what I call it. You're forcing the driver to continue to drive that truck because the driver probably has written it up, and it's to the point it's tired of writing it up. But you got mechanics. Why do you let your mechanics walk around here and not keep the truck compliant? DOT reflective tape should be on the mud flaps of tractors. They should be. But if your driver writes that up and comes in the next day and it's not there, what should the driver do? What's going to happen? That driver's going to end up taking that truck out, going down the highway, and write it up again, and continue to write up until they get it on there. But why does it take several write-ups to get your tractor DOT compliant? Now, say you're a company that's ticket prone. No driver, especially me, I will not pull your truck off the lot with stuff that I know will attract law enforcement to possibly pull it over because they done saw something and your company is already flagged as ticket prone. See, I like to stay DOT compliant, but I run into mechanics that don't like to keep the truck DOT compliant. They like to why do you let your mechanics tell drivers, it's okay, you can take it out like that? And you know your company don't have that status. You're a ticket magnet. It may be a company that's a ticket magnet, but you let your mechanics tell it, it's okay. Then the driver take it out, then something happened, then you want to sit up there and talk to the driver about why you take it out, but when it was your mechanic. Why are your mechanics not keeping your equipment DOT compliant? I mean, they're on your lot all day. They have nothing but time. Why are your tractors not DOT compliant? Why can't the driver get the work repaired and come in the next day and see it's repaired? What are your mechanics doing? The reason why these repairs aren't being taken care of expeditiously. What are they doing? See, when there's no watching eye, you know, the mechanics start doing their own thing around here. And then when you get a driver come in like me that likes to be DOT compliant, they spread the word around that she's one of them. You know, I get labeled too. And then they start doing stuff to make sure that, why do you let your mechanics, this is a pet peeve, why do you let your mechanics do stuff that will get your driver a ticket? I think all fleet companies, all trucking companies, all safety departments should review all tickets your drivers got, if it was something dealing with the truck, and go through the repair work orders and see if the driver's written it up. And if that driver's written it up and wasn't repaired, and your tractor got a ticket, who should that fall on? The driver wrote it. When the driver writes it up and it don't get repaired, who should that fall on? How long does it take the driver your mechanics to repair something? Especially if it's simple and quick. Especially for those who have shops on your yard. See, that comes from lack of supervision. It don't take 2, 3, 4 write-ups to put reflective tape on the truck. If you ask them to do a brake check, your brakes are squealing, you're smelling them burning, do a brake check. But you come in the next day, you pull them out, and what you hear? Brakes squealing, You little sniff test and you're smelling them burning. That means the tractor wasn't looked at, wasn't fixed. Reflective tape. Don't take but a second to put that on. Why you can't get that on there? They do ticket you for not having reflective tape. You don't know that. They do, and they will. This company has been ticketed for not having visible reflective tape or not having reflective tape at all. But see, when you get somebody that's trying to be compliant like me, there's an issue. You got mechanics walking around doing more smiling because they didn't fix shit. Didn't fix shit. What about you being a driver coming in to lights hanging out on your trailer that wasn't hanging out? I came in this morning, there was a light hanging out. And you in the area of cameras. See, I don't know, I think they cameras, you might have cameras like the cameras I'm dealing with at my home where you just don't see the individuals doing this. The video footage of that just ain't apparently there. But this is a video, you need to make your own video, fleet companies. You know, you need to have orientation for your mechanics. Find out what kind of mechanic are you hiring. This buddy shit ain't gonna work. I used to work here. If you're not here anymore and you come back, why are you back? What was you working like when you was here before? And is that what you bringing back here? If you wasn't doing shit when you was here before, I guarantee you if you come back, you ain't gonna be doing shit either. Find out what kind of mechanics is you fucking hiring. Are you hiring mechanics that ain't doing shit? And why are you continue hiring mechanics that ain't doing shit? Why aren't you checking up behind these mechanics? Actually see how long it's taking them to make these repairs? Because your mechanics is hindering your trucks from doing their job and the driver doing their job in your truck. Why don't you check on your mechanics? Hey, pop up. Do an undercover boss-like thing. Go in there and see what your mechanics doing. Are they out on smoke break? Standing around talking? Is they fixing anything? Is it a pile of write-ups in a little bin and ain't nobody fixing shit? Is the truck there to be fixed? Check on the tractors that was rolled up the day before. Have they been fixed? What did they do with the write-up? Did they write on there we fixed it and signed off on it? Check behind your mechanics. Fleet companies, trucking companies that have mechanics. I implore you to check behind your mechanics. Find out what kind of mechanics you are hiring. And maybe you can save your trucks. It's Dirty Trucking with a video. I suggest you make an orientation video for your mechanics too. This will be a helpful tutorial in securing adequate mechanics to fix your equipment at the job. Dirty Trucking, peace out.